Hey fellas, got a nice video for you. This is quite an interesting one actually. I've been doing a little bit of thought about this over the last couple of weeks maybe. Been tagged, as you do, by Dillon, good buddy of mine, a fellow prepper, who was also in the first episode of UK Preppers. And he had some really cool blades, especially the older, I don't know what they're called, but they're just nuts, like half moon things that go over your wrist. They're crazy. I don't know a lot about fighting knives. I don't really fight with knives, if I'm honest. Basically, you know, I've seen enough violence in my time, and I'm sort of against it in a way. I tend to sort of walk away from it. In my experience, you tend to live longer rather than get involved or stick up for someone else's battles, is the bottom line. Obviously, defend your family and loved ones if you really, really have to. Well, we've all got it in us, you know? We've all got it. So, the first knife I'm going to show you out of my 3 battle knives, absolutely love this, is that baby there. It's the Steel Eagle 11A. Let's bring you in a bit closer. There she is. Absolutely love this knife. As a battle blade, I'm sure you'd agree, that's pretty serious. It really is. It's a naughty knife to play around with. As you can see, it's got an amazingly, really well designed saw back on the top there, and it actually works quite effectively. You do have to put some gusto in, but it does do a nice big thick clean cut. And again, pretty much like the K-bar, it's very easy to sharpen, and you can get it absolutely razor scary sharp, and I'm not exaggerating. It's nasty. It really is nasty. It's bloody sick. That's what it is. It's a lovely tool, very expensive, very well made. As a fighting knife, again, always use a lanyard, always. And if you do have to go into reverse grip mode, that is a nice way to do it. If it does accidentally come out your hand, I mean, this is good here with the your little finger can go straight on there. Get a really good grip on there. The pummel as well. There's quite a lot of it actually sticks out there, and yeah, that could hurt both ways. And you can choke right up too. Yeah, it's a great knife. Loads of different holds you got with this. And it's a nice heavy piece as well, so you could, if you needed this in combat or a battle, it's a pretty devastating piece of kit there. Just quickly, because some of you are going to want to know what's in all these pouches and whatnot, what I carry on this knife for all times now. Right, go for it real quick. Got my Uzi tactical pen there. There's a good backup line of defence. That is a nice tool. The whistle that come with the knife, courtesy of Tops. Obviously it's hardened plastic, it's not metal, so it's not going to stick to your lips when it's freezing cold. Some bicycle inner tube for fire lighting capabilities, to take up some extra room and to stop any rattle or any movement. A Zippo lighter, taken from the idea of armour cockroached and pimped even further. The pimping being, I've got 1 layer of gaffer tape on there. On top of the gaffer tape I put 6 spare flints, 1 spare wick, another piece of gaffer tape, on top of that a whole piece of Ranger band covering the whole lot there, and 2 spare strips of Ranger band. And the idea being, it's just to prevent evaporation, because as you know, once these are filled up, it don't take too long for it to evaporate and go. That is going to stay pretty much cool. It's a nice simple idea, very, very effective as well. And you just put your bicycle inner tube over it, and it will stop all, slow right down anyway, the evaporation. That is the design's downfall in my opinion. It's a great lighter, don't get me wrong, but when they evaporate, because there's no seal, you know, just think, use your loaf, make it last longer. So we've got a fire light in there, we've got a tiny little blade there. Some of you have seen this before. It's a SOG Micron, razor sharp for all the fine stuff. I mean, you don't want to be picking your fingernails and what, with a great big knife like that. You want something nice and small like this. Nice, it weighs nothing and you can see how small it is, hence the term micron. Brilliant. And this is an excellent fit. We see with a pouch where it goes around at the bottom there and flat at the top. Exactly the same shape as the compass. See where it's rounded? You try putting it in that end and it could spike through the material, but you put it in the right way, it's a perfect fit. It's a silver compass. When I've done my stint in the forces, these were actually issued to us and I loved it so much. It's a very tough bit of kit and I totally relied on this more than one occasion, so I decided to buy my own one. I think they're the NATO British Army issue silver compass. Absolutely amazing compass. And a full length stock 8mm thick of ferro rod. You know what for. You can light a lot of fires with that. And what else we got in here? The last thing, which tethers the compass to any bit of kit you want to, is just a basic small S-beaner. That's a number 2, I believe. Yeah, number 2. Alright, that's the first pouch done. Don't tread on me. Second pouch, you're going to love this. If I can get it out there. There it is. Right. What we have here is a distress marker. US Armed Forces issue. Comes in 3 modes. It's a very strong pucker design. It's very well thought out. On the top here you have an infrared cover. So all you do, you turn it on there and that will flash, only visible with infrared imaging. So you got people looking for you, you want to find you and you don't want the enemy to see you, use this over comms. You can communicate the signal that you want to pick up, use your infrared marker. Take the infrared marker off to leave basic strobe mode, and believe you me, you can see that for absolute miles. You stood on top of a high hill somewhere, man, you were going to see that fall so far away like you would not believe. It's an amazingly bright, powerful strobe. And the final mode, you pull it back like this, look inside, you see the blue filter there, turn it on, obviously it's going to flash in blue, and the idea being with this is it's only going to attract aircraft. You hold it upright so no one else can see it, and aircraft love looking at the blue flashing lights, so you'll be seen for miles. That's the idea behind that one, aircraft rescue blue light. Turn it off, close it all up, a nice little gadget there. Your batteries go inside there. For long-term storage I suggest that you actually remove the batteries and periodically change and replace them, because the last thing you want to do is to pull it out in an emergency and find out the batteries are flat. It's not a good idea. Any information you guys want on that, there it is. If you want to pause the screen and check that out, check it out on eBay. You can get them for around £50 if you're lucky. Brand new's best. I wouldn't risk getting a second-hand one, because really important pieces of kit like that you do not want to scrimp. You want one that's in perfect working order, something you can trust. And that's basically that, the survival kit and the battle blade. It's the Steel Eagle 111A. There she is. It's been well used because I always field test my knives before I decide whether I'm actually going to keep them for this, that or the other. It's important. You know, don't just watch the videos and make your mind up. Buy it, try it yourself. Fantastic fighting knife. What a battle blade, eh? Blade number 2, USMC fighting knife. K-bar. They've done a seriously good design with this knife. There it is. It's so light. You've got a really good grip on it. You've got a pummel on the back so your hand doesn't slide backwards. You've got guards on the front so the hand doesn't slide forwards. It's just perfectly designed combat knife. It's a timeless classic. Let's get a closer look. Well, the sheath is really nice quality actually. It's nice and tough. It's nice and simple as well. Just straight through the belt loop there. And a heavy duty popper stud which does hold it securely in place. With a drain hole so any excess water just runs out the bottom there. Nice, simple, strong, tough and well made. That's all you want. You don't want no fancy molly and all the rest of it over it. You want something very reliable. It ain't going to let you down. Now I actually really enjoy sharpening this. I think it's 1085 or 1095 carbon steel. And it's a wonder to sharpen. It's beautiful. It really, really is. On the Japanese whetstones I got there. 1000 and then 6000 grit. And then on my strop. Oh man, that is. You can zip through most things with that. And always keep it well oiled as well. Every time I take it out in the field and I use it, whether it's dirty or not, I always give it a wash with some hot water, fairy liquid and a little brush. Rinse it all off, pat dry with a kitchen towel. And I'll just spray 3-in-1 oil or WD-40, it doesn't matter which. Just lightly spray it on there, leave it for a good hour and just put it back in the sheath. You haven't really got to rub it in if you don't want to. But really look after it. It's a great fighting knife. It's such a classic design. That is designed for one thing and one thing only. And it ain't bushcraft. Certainly not for bushcraft. It's so light. If you was to chop with that, you're going to have to put a lot of effort into it because it's just so light and well balanced. But reverse grip is very, very capable with this knife. With the leather straps on the handle there. It's a great grip. Seriously really good bit of kit. And it just sits in the sheath perfectly. Nice, simple, strong. The only criticism I do have with this, it's not a full tang. It tapers at the top there, but it is held in via a pin. So they have made some effort to secure it as much as possible, but personally I'd love to redesign this knife and just make it a full tang throughout. Make it really, really tough, because the weak point is going to be there. Saying all that, it's so lightweight for a combat fighting knife. It's a classic design, it's simple as that. Blade number 3 is technically not a blade, but I don't see why not, because it has got a blade on it. It's a tactical tomahawk made by SOG. And there is a blade on there, so I think it does qualify. There's so many options with this, you can imagine. For a battle blade, I wouldn't want to come up against someone wielding one of these. Not a chance. Let's have a closer look. There she is in all of her finest. And again, with most of my knives, if there is an option to put lanyard in, always make sure that you do. It just prevents any accidents, and believe you me, it's happened to me before with my leg. Most of my knives have all got lanyards on now. Once bitten, twice shy, as you say. So, there's the business end, and a very, very, very nice design. You can do all sorts of holds and things with this. It's just perfect, and you know that is just going to give someone a bad day. Seriously. Again, like most of my knives, I try to upgrade them and look at it and think of the potentials and possibilities I can add to them, rather than leaving them as just a tool. Give yourself more options. I've already mentioned this before in previous videos, but for those who haven't seen this one that I have here on video before, I'll just briefly go over it again. All I've done is underneath all of it, and the first layer of things I put on there was gaffer tape. Just a few times around the top and the bottom there. And on top of the gaffer tape, I've put roughly just under 20 feet of genuine parachute cord under there. On top of the parachute cord, on the top and the bottom, I've gaffer taped it again, top and bottom, so we don't want it sliding up and down. Also, I put a ranger band over the top just to protect it a bit more. Another ranger band over the bottom, so that is all sealed and protected. Just inside the top there, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a ferro rod in there. Again. And I've just put loads of pre-cut pieces of ranger band or bicycle inner tube over the whole lot there. So, you know the score ranger bands, you just light it and it just gives yourself a chance. It all secures it in there nicely. And I've put just a couple of extra bits on the bottom there just for a bit of more support. And that's basically it, that's all I've done to it. But it doesn't really weigh much, the extras that I put on there, so I thought why not, you know. It's just another way of carrying more kit really. But as a fighting tool, it's nasty. It really is nasty. It's a good price as well, under £50. And it's quite lightweight too. But heavy on this end, which is important because you don't feel it in this hand, but you can definitely feel it heavy that end, which is going to give you more of a helping hand driving into whatever you want to drive into without using much of your own effort. It's a great idea, simple design, timeless classic, and that's my 3 battle blades. Well, there we go guys, there's the 3 battle blades right there. Fantastic tools. Awesome piece of kit. Awesome piece of kit. And awesome piece of kit. There's my 3 chosen battle blades at the moment. I'd love to own a traditional, genuine Fairband Sykes, probably Mark II, my favourite. But as you all know, they come at a huge price tag, unbelievably big price tag. But it was quite hard to pick 3. I decided for a small, medium and large, you know, to cover scenarios really. You don't want 3 little ones or 3 big ones. You want to try and break it up a bit. So that's my tag done. Now my 3 tags are going to be, wait for it, these 3 people right here. Yeah, I know, wicked. So I look forward to seeing your tags guys. Well, tag done. Thoroughly enjoyed myself. It was a nice little video, just having a little walk through the knives and see what I've got. And the 3 that I would choose out if I had to go battle with knives would be the 3 I just showed you. Really, really loving those at the moment. Fantastic tools for the job. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching guys and stay funky.